Hey there, Al Iverson here. It's time for another one of your email authentication and deliverability questions answered. What do we got today? Today's question is, what is the current status of BIMI? Get that question an awful lot, so let's review that quickly, show you where it's at today. But first, what is BIMI if you're not aware? BIMI stands for Brand Identifiers for Message Identification. It is a standard specification that lets a sender show a brand avatar or sender logo to be visible next to an email message in an email client. It has a couple of requirements that are very important there. For its broadest acceptance, you have to have a verified mark certificate, which costs some money every year. You've got to have a trademark to get that VMC in place. You also have to implement DMARC protection for your domain at a P equals quarantine or P equals reject level. Those are the sort of the costs, the sort of the stick bit of BIMI, but the carrot part of BIMI, the reason you want to do this is because it drives trust and engagement. We don't have any very recent data on engagement that we can share publicly, but a lot of it has really been sort of anecdata, if you will. Anecdotes from companies that have implemented BIMI where it shows a boost in engagement after setting up a sender logo. It's kind of a cool way to show off your brand as well. And go way back when Yahoo was owned by Verizon. Verizon did a study that showed that initial boost of engagement. So that's the first place that we saw it when BIMI first came into being, that Yahoo saw that it drove engagement. Not every mailbox provider supports BIMI. Unfortunately, Microsoft does not support showing a BIMI logo. They had a competing, an alternative spec called brand cards that they retired a few years ago now. But on the good side of things, you've got big providers like Apple, like Yahoo and Gmail that all support BIMI logos. Again, some of these require that VMC certificate, some don't. So for broadest acceptance, you really do need a VMC in place. What does it look like, or where does it show up? Here's an example of our BIMI logo for Valimail. Here's the Gmail UI. That little logo shows up right there. We control that. It's got a little blue check mark there that proves that the mail was properly authenticated as coming from us, that we do qualify for BIMI to have that logo show up there. And how big is BIMI? What is the growth of BIMI? I have this data set for the top 10 million domains. Here's growth of BIMI in that domain set over the last year, just over the last year, 12 or 13 months. Recently, the last few months, you can see that growth in this top 10 million has been about 500 new logos per month. That's not huge, but again, keep in mind this is just this top 10 million snapshot of data. But even though it's not huge overall, it's really big brands, important retailers, well-known brands, Fortune 500 companies. It's really entities doing BIMI. And I think that's kind of the fun thing to show off when you're talking about BIMI is who are the other people who are implementing BIMI logos. And if you look at it here, there are a lot of big brands, retailers, news sites, media sites, entertainment sites, message boards, mobile providers, and so on and so forth. A lot of B2B, a lot of B2C in there as well. So it's important for all of these entities to want to have their logo to show up. They've gone through the process of setting up BIMI. And that's it. There's our quick update. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to learn more about BIMI, that's our Amplify product that provides BIMI. It's an add-on on top of our enforced DMARC protection functionality. Learn more about that at valimail.com. If you've got any other questions that we could put into a follow-up video, I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to drop me an email. That's al.iverson@valimail.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.